Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala sayyid al-mursaleen wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, fassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'd like to welcome you to this short segment about the importance and virtue of seeking knowledge. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, all of the ulama agree that seeking knowledge is one of the greatest of actions. In fact, many ulama say seeking knowledge is the greatest action. And the reason for that is that none of our other actions are correct unless we first seek knowledge and learn how to carry out those actions in accordance to the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ. Imam al-Bukhari, he has a chapter in his famous Sahih that is called Bab al-Ilm qabla al-Amal, the chapter on knowledge before action. And therefore, seeking knowledge is an obligation on every Muslim. Every Muslim must seek knowledge and learn how to carry out all of their acts of worship. In fact, they must seek knowledge and to know how to worship Allah properly. They should know knowledge of Tawheed. And then they must learn knowledge of Tahara, how to purify themselves. And then they should learn the knowledge of the Ibadat, so that they can carry out Salah and Zakah and fasting and Hajj, etc. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, the virtue of the seeker of knowledge cannot be understated, cannot be overstated. The seeker of knowledge has a high status amongst Allah Azza wa Jal. In the hadith of Safwan narrated by Bukhari radiallahu anh, that he was entering upon the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ asked him, "Why have you come here?" He said, "I came to seek knowledge." And then the Prophet ﷺ stood up and said, "Good news to you, Safwan, the angels, they lower their wings over the seeker of knowledge." The angels cover their wings over the one seeking knowledge. Would you imagine that even every animal in the skies and on earth, and even the fish in the ocean, they make dua for the one who teaches people beneficial knowledge? And the virtue of a worshipper over the virtue of a scholar over a worshipper is like that of the full moon over the rest of the stars. The person of knowledge, he benefits not only himself but others, and that knowledge will continue to propagate after he leaves this world. And therefore, the virtue of knowledge, or knowledge itself, is a sadaqah jariyah that will continue to benefit you after you leave this world. So beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, I encourage you to make every effort to seek out the scholars and the ulama, to devote yourselves to them, to have love for the people of knowledge, so that you might attain the benefit of their company and the benefit of knowledge that they can relay to you. And then that knowledge will continue to benefit you and the rest of your family and children after you. So it is something incumbent upon every Muslim to have a regular diet of knowledge. Every day they seek out learning, they seek the circles of knowledge. Look for your masjid, see if there's any halaqas happening in your masjid. You can look online and find some beneficial lectures online. You can find some beneficial books that you can read, and always fill your discussion. Whenever you're talking with your friends, talk about matters of knowledge, Islamic law, talk about things that you learned or heard in the Friday khutbah. This way the knowledge will spread, and it will remind yourself of things that you've learned. And I close with a beautiful poem by Imam Shafi'i that talks about how he had difficulty seeking knowledge at first, or at one time, due to a sin that he had committed. He said, "Shakawtu ila waki'i su'a hifli, فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي وقال إن العلم نور ونور الله لا يهدى لعاصي." He said, "I complained to Waki' about my bad memory, and he guided me to leave sin, and said that knowledge is a light from Allah, and the light of Allah will not be given to a sinner." So we ask Allah to help us to seek knowledge, to give us much beneficial knowledge, and help us to spread the beneficial knowledge that we learn to others. May Allah give you goodness in this world and the next. Jazakumullahu khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.